and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be continuing our DNA series and looking a little bit more in depth at living DNA. So just to recap, I've recently taken DNA tests with 4 of the major testing companies. That's Ancestry DNA, MyHeritage DNA, Living DNA, and Family Tree DNA. And I'll soon be taking a 23andMe test. That one's not ready yet. So my previous videos, which I'll link below in the description box, have mainly focused on the ethnicity estimates with these companies. Today I'm going to be taking a deeper dive into Living DNA's website and showing you my results and how they're presented. So basically what you get for your money. They don't actually have any sample results available on their website, so you can't really see what you'll be getting. So hopefully my results will help you see whether or not Living DNA might be right for you. These videos are not sponsored. I'm buying all of these kits with my own money. So let's head to Living DNA and take a look. Okay, so when you go to the Living DNA website, that's livingdna.com, you'll see their homepage here. You'll notice that there's not really much else on there except the option to purchase the test and some FAQs. They don't have other things that say Ancestry or MyHeritage has that allows you to search records or anything like that. It's a very basic website. It's purely for DNA testing. So if you look at one of the questions they have there is, can I see an example of results? And this is one of the big things about Living DNA. You actually can't see an example of the results on their website. So that's why I thought this video might be helpful for you. So one thing that they do have on their website is the regions that their testing covers. So when you get your DNA test, it'll be compared to their 80 worldwide regions. And they also have their smaller sort of sub-regions in the British Isles. So you can see up front which regions your DNA is going to be tested against. Okay, so here's my page of results. So at the top, we've got my autosomal DNA results, which shows my ethnicities there. And then underneath we've got the mother line, which is the mtDNA test, and then the father line, which is the Y-DNA test. Obviously I don't have any Y results because I don't have a Y chromosome. Only males will get that one, but I do have the mitochondrial DNA, which everyone gets. So if I go to my family ancestry and click explore in full, you can see that they've got this family ancestry visualization, and it shows me the global, regional, and sort of sub-regions. And that gives me a breakdown percentage-wise of my ethnicity estimate. You'll see also that they have complete, standard, and cautious. So those are just sort of the confidence levels they have in the test. So cautious is like the most conservative estimate, whereas standard, they go a little bit more out on a limb, and complete, they attempt to assign every single bit of your DNA to a region. Okay, so then you can see at the top here, they give me an option to click here to see my ancestry through different points in history. And it gives me a little video that shows where my ancestors were at particular times, or not necessarily my ancestors, but people who had DNA very similar to mine. So you'll also see those dots on the map. They represent the modern day human population. Each dot represents 1 million people. And the dots are supposed to be where the largest sort of numbers of descendants of my ancestors have ended up. So yeah, I've switched now to have a look at the just Europe, and then they also give you the option of Great Britain and Ireland. You can also see if you scroll down, there's a bit more information about each era, so it's pretty interesting reading to know where your ancestors were and what was happening in that place at that time. Okay, so if we go back to our main results page, I can have a look at my mitochondrial DNA, and that gives me my haplogroup H. And underneath it, there's this coverage map, and you see all these countries with percentages. Obviously, those aren't an ethnicity estimate because it adds up to way more than 100. But those percentages actually reflect how many people in that region share my haplogroup. So then if you keep dragging it down, it just gives me more history about my haplogroup, and then there's a migration map and a phylogenetic tree. So if we just click explore in full, it just gives me a bit more information about my haplogroup H. I will say that family tree DNA goes into a lot more depth with the mitochondrial DNA, but considering you are only paying a smaller amount with living DNA, it's pretty good that they give you the mitochondrial test anyway. So as you can see there, if I explore in full the coverage map, it just gives me all of those countries once again where people match with my haplogroup. And if we go back to the main page again, we can have a look at the migration map, and that just shows my haplogroup and where it's sort of traced. So we begin in Africa, and then people who are L3 you can see move out up to N's, up to R's, up to H's, and there goes my H that goes directly north. And the phylogenetic tree, if we explore that in full, it once again gives you the breakdown of how the H haplogroup evolved from the earlier haplogroup. So all of those groups there's going to be different people who match with them, but that's the sort of route that the H has taken, and so that's particular to me. So if you look on the left hand side there's kind of a toolbar where you can access all the different options. But if you look there at family networks, you can see where your matches are. So that'll be anyone who has also taken a test that matches with you. But as you can see, I don't have any matches. This is probably just because Living DNA has a fairly small database at the moment. They don't have that many people using it, but that will build up over time as more people take their tests. So I'm not too worried. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that it was helpful to you. Please put in the comment section if you have any questions or anything to add. If you want to purchase a Living DNA kit, I'll put the link in the description box below. In this DNA series, I'll be going into more depth with all of the testing companies and how it works. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any videos. I hope that you're having a good one, whatever you're doing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!